Hello. Financial constraints in an ideal world should not get in the way of justice. The law, being fully aware of the indifference in financial means by people, has made provisions to cater to people with low financial means in trouble with the law. Today on Law Express, we'll be looking at the Legal Aid Commission and what it does. Today on Law Express, we'll be discussing legal aid. My name is Noella Seidu. You just tuned into our show. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, you get to meet my co-panelists for the day. Stay tuned. This is Law Express.
My mother passed on to me an age-old moisturizing secret handed down from generation to generation. Shea butter has been and still remains the ultimate and trusted natural product for the skin. It is safe for all, including newborns. I use Violon Shea butter products for my hair and skin and for all my children right from birth. Violon Shea butter is an amazing diaper cream. I love my family. That is why I trust only Violon Shea butter products for our skincare needs.
Violon Shea butter. Feed your skin right.
Rita Kunkuti Ali. Rita is a lawyer at the Legal Aid Commission. She enjoys cooking, reading novels, and watching movies. Linda Ampuma Abua. Linda is also a lawyer at the Legal Aid Commission. She enjoys dancing and educating young children. She's also a preacher of the gospel. Noella Seidu. Noella is a private legal practitioner and a consistent member of our three-lawyer panel on the show. She plays a dual role as the host of the show and likes to play tennis and read.
Legal aid is a state agency or a public office or a public organization mandated to provide free legal services to members of the public who are unable to afford or engage the services of private practitioners. So basically what we do is provide free legal services, representing clients in court, giving legal advice, and then sometimes engaging parties in mediation to be able to settle the issues. So basically our services are free for members of the public who come to us with issues that are within our remit. That's what we do basically, providing free legal services.
Yes, Noella, yes. And we give free legal advice. We do legal representation in courts. And you'll be surprised the number of cases that legal aid we do, even in the courts and even through mediation.
Okay.
Yes, and it's for the indigent and then for the poor.
Okay.
Actually.
So you're looking at civil and criminal actions. You're looking at advisory services, ADR, so mediation. Do you do arbitration at all?
No, we don't do arbitration. We do mainly mediation.
Okay.
Where when the parties come to us and we think that those are issues that can be settled at mediation, when one party comes, we invite the other party to come, and then we have trained mediators.
Okay.
Yes, so they will there will be a mediation session to listen to both parties and try to arrive at an agreement that may or will favor both parties.
Right.
So we don't do arbitration. It's mainly mediation.
Okay.
Yes, and then you asked about arbitration, but all the mediators have been trained also in arbitration.
Okay.
Just that we don't practice us in the office, actually.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. But if you can also hire us We have arbitrators.
Very well.
Trained arbitrators.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're looking at matrimonial causes, domestic violence actions.
Okay, so if you want us to mention some of the cases that come to
like
us.
maybe a chunk of like what usually you
so
you have the most
our
of.
mandate is actually on criminal cases. You know, like, yes, the Constitution says that every person who comes against the law has to be represented by a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the mandate, the main core mandate of legal aid. So that is, let me say, automatic for when you come to the criminal aspect.
So you have a lot more of criminal cases.
Yes, we do. We do all aspects of criminal cases. Yes. And then when you come to the civil, we can talk about, as for the divorce, divorce is like the chunk of what you want to hear, actually. You see, somebody may ask, why legal aid into matrimonial issues, or helping people with matrimonial issues? Yes, we have to. You realize that a woman has been served with a petition, and then he has nothing, because when he went into the marriage, he has nothing, she has nothing, and she can't represent herself, she has no money to also pay for a legal service, so we do that for them. We talk about maintenance, child maintenance. We prepare a whole lot of maintenance applications and others for our clients, and then even custody. Yes, we do custody too when it comes to children, and then also children who are juveniles. So we also deal with juveniles.
So
just to add to that, we also do labor cases.
okay.
We have some commercial and even constitutional, so that if a member of the public comes under Article 2, is it? We are able to go up there for interpretation.
So the idea is that since everybody has to be represented as a matter of rights, it's about who comes forward, is qualified, and deserves to be represented, more or less.
That is the whole idea. And that is the wording of Article 294, which is the basis of legal aid in Ghana. Okay. Those are what that is what the law, thoughts about, that everybody needs legal services. To have a fair hearing, you must have some kind of a form of representation to have that fair hearing.
So poverty shouldn't come in the way of justice?
No, it shouldn't at all. It shouldn't.
So, Linda, when Rita was talking first, she talked about the fact that it's free service, which we all know, based on the law and, the very nature of the commission. Where do the funds of the commission come from?
Okay. So, first of all, because we are a government agency, yes, we depend on government for funds. Then we have our donor agencies. For example, we have UNDP, who used to support us so much. We have UNICEF, we have USAID. So, and then we have, in the Act, we also talk about gift. People can come and gift us. Yes, do presentations. So, some time ago, we have Sandra Nkobia, yes, bringing us some gifts, some papers, and then, let's say, office accessories. Yeah, so, and then donations from anywhere. Whoever hears that we are in need and you come to donate with us, to us, we take it. And then, I think, Rita, that is all.
Yeah, that is exhaustive. We depend largely on government, but because even the name speaks legal aid, because of what we do, a lot more people tend to be interested, because everybody wants to help. For example, when it comes to the criminal cases, we have non-governmental NGOs coming in, those who are interested in all these human rights issues. They come in and then they want to help. They want to help whichever way they can.
Okay.
They want to help. I think more recently, it is the American government that has come in trying to set up that department which is provided in the commission, which is the public defenders. Yes, they're trying to set that up, and just so that we were able to bring legal representation to the remand prisoners. Yeah. All those. So we, as and when people hear about legal aid and they are interested, they do come and help us with whatever they have.
I would like to say that fees by applicants sometimes also support
Yes,
your
it does.
your
It does.
funding base. We
does.
know that it's not that significant.
It's just 5 cedis.
Yes,
that's 5
but
cedis.
if you have 10,000 people in the year, for instance, times 5 cedis, that's not too bad, is it?
5 cedis.
It's
But the
a world thing.
reality about it is that some of our applicants come in, they can't even pay the 5 cedis. I've had instances where a lot of them came, they can't pay 5 cedis, so they don't want to fill the form for them. So that is also there. So it tells you the kind of people who really come to us, you know, because if you cannot even provide 5 cedis to fill your form, then, you know, so.
I think this is the right time to introduce who qualifies to benefit from legal aid.
Okay, so who qualifies for legal aid? Yes, we can say that every Ghanaian qualifies for legal aid, but you have to go through our means test. And Nuala, you know that this is a public institution which should be open to all, but people can afford and others cannot. So we are really for the cannot, okay? So when you come to legal aid and you want our services, you have to fill a form. And then on the form, we have something called the means test. Your means, actually how much you earn, what you do, what you own. So when we look at it and we realize that, oh, you have this, you have that, and this is the kind of work you do, you earn more than the minimum wage, then you don't qualify.
Okay.
But it will surprise you that we have people who come to the office, park their car somewhere, look wretched, and then as if they can't afford. But when you meet them in court, you look at how the person has dressed, and you'll be surprised. And then when you finish and then you see the car that the person will go and drive, you ask yourself, does this person qualify? We are not honest, actually. So that is one problem we are facing. But we are managing, actually.
So the idea is to give it to aid people who earn less than the government minimum wage,
yes.
or at least who earn the government minimum wage.
Yes.
So in ascertaining, you have to investigate, check the person's pay slip perhaps. How do you get to that point where you say, okay, this person is qualified, or that person is not?
We don't go that far. I don't think we go to that extent of checking pay slips. What we do, like she said, is just a form. So there's a section of the form that you're supposed to give us details of how much you earn every month. So if you come and say you earn 200 or 300, that is what we'll go by.
So if people lie and underdeclare, there's no way to check.
Yeah.
And that is why there's that loophole.
Yes, because we don't do any investigation as to whether or not the information given on your means is true.
We believe on the face of it. We believe what they tell us. I mean, some are honest. They will come and tell you, I earn 2,000, I earn 3,000, I earn 5,000. You know, some are very honest, but most of them will come and say, I earn, 300 when they are earning 2,000. But the thing also is that when they come, when they are filling the forms, they don't tell you that this is going to be used to determine whether or not you are qualified for legal aid. So I realize that most of them don't know. So when, for example, you come and say you earn 5,000, and then the form is brought to me, and I ask you, really, you earn 5,000, so then why are you here? And then they try to change it. No, I didn't know. I
have a loan,
yes,
and
kind
so
of. They
at the
give
end
stories.
of the day, my take home is less
My
than
dependents,
that.
Exactly.
they will tell you that, yes, I have a lot of dependents. My grandmother is on me, my parents. And actually, some of them, some of them also do investigations about legal aid.
Oh, you can read the act.
Yes, yes. They are informed before they get there. So when they come, they know that, no, I'll go through a means test. So let me tell them that I earn 200 Ghana cedis so that I qualify. That is it. That is what some of them will do.
So my question is, at this point, so you take up the case midway, you realize that this person can actually afford legal services.
Yeah.
What do you do?
At that point, we can give you the options which are provided in the Act, we can give you the options. You either will pay something to the commission, you know, or you can take your case and go get a private
Practitioner.
lawyer. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll give you the option. So if you still want us to represent you, then you can pay something to the commission.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at that point, it becomes a person's decision.
Yeah,
What about the
it
work
becomes-
already done?
Well, that one is aid. Legal aid. It will be aid. But let me say that by and large,
That's like legal fraud.
yes, by and large, the people who come
actually,
to
yes.
us, by and large, the people who come to us are poor. The Act,
They really
our
need
Act,
it.
yeah, refers to those people as indigents. They are really poor. I mean, indigent. So, by and large, you find one or two who will come and lie to you about how much they earn, but majority of the people who come to us
Actually
really
need
need
it.
legal aid. They do.
So how does one apply for legal aid? Because somebody's watching. It's like, yeah, I have this problem. It's really big. I earn the minimum wage, and I need a lawyer, if for nothing at all, just for the advice, for divorce, for whatever the person may be seeking.
You just walk into any of our offices. Like I started by saying that legal aid is a public office, so it's in all the regions now. I mean, all the original or regions, the 10 original regions.
Yeah.
I think offices are yet to be established in the new regions, new
Yeah.
6 regions. And for Greater Accra, we are even opening district offices. At the moment, I think we have one in Weja, we have in Dodowa, we have Amasama. Yes. So you don't really need much. You just walk to us, walk to any of our offices, talk to us, and then we'll conduct the means test. If you qualify, we'll take up your case. And then that will be, if you don't, then you may have to go and get your own lawyer.
Will a person's prior record affect your chances of getting approved to benefit for legal aid?
No, not at all, no. Okay, so if I got you right, so maybe a convict or?
Or maybe you've been indicted for offenses punishable by death or life imprisonment.
No, that's a civil core mandate. Yeah, so for those criminal cases, it's automatic per the Constitution. So it doesn't matter whether you've been indicted or you not at all. We have to represent you.
Yeah, and to add, if you have been charged with an indictable offense, that is an allegation.
Yes.
Yes, that is an allegation. You have not been convicted. It hasn't been established that you rape somebody or you kill someone. No, it hasn't been established. And once that has not been done, you are entitled to a fair trial. And the incidents of fair trials are that you must have legal representation right from the time of arrest. You must have, you're entitled. So we are in for that. We really look out for the criminal cases.
Yeah.
We do.
Because the understanding is that where there's a civil issue, most people think it's not that urgent because you may not be taken into custody because it's a civil matter, obviously. So, but when it's a criminal matter, there's a lot more agency attached because
the
there's a
liberty
lot
of the
at stake.
accused person is at stake.
Yeah.
So, the seriousness that you may attach to a criminal case, I mean, for example, an indictable offense, may be more than maybe a land matter between 2 individuals.
Yeah.
You know. But you'll be surprised to know that sometimes some of the civil cases, some of the parties will take it. For them, it's a life and death matter. For some of the matrimonial cases, they're so contentious that the client is on your neck 24 hours, especially where there are properties to be shared. You know, they will spend their last energy on it. Yeah, but with the criminal cases, of course, somebody's liberty is at stake. If the person doesn't get a fair trial and is convicted, you're going in. Yes, you lose your freedom. So it's better you have legal representation who is able to do a good job, and then maybe even if you are pronounced guilty, you get a reduced sentence.
Okay, to add to what Rita said, we cannot prioritize some of the cases actually, but when you come to the civil, just imagine that there's this poor woman with 3 children whose husband has abandoned them. They need to eat to survive, they need to pay school fees, they have to go to school, and there's no one there. I think it's just like somebody going in a criminal, yes,
yeah,
it's all needs, agency. So the civil and the criminal, actually, I must say that, and we apply like importance to all our cases, actually.
Okay. We deal with all of our cases on equal basis. I mean, we apply the same energy to criminal as much as we do to civil cases.
So assuming you come into legal aid office and then you fill the form, you pay your 5 cedis, and the service is declined because you didn't pass the means test or something else came in the way, because it's still a human institution and there's that room for discretion, right, by the decision maker. Can you appeal that?
Yes. There's the Act provides for that. You can appeal. You can appeal for that to be looked into, and if you are lucky and disapproved at that level, then we'll take your case up.
So all is not lost
for you. No, all is not lost
you can
at
appeal.
That point.
Yes, to the
you can always appeal.
So there's assuming there's this case and civil matter, maybe matrimonial matter. The woman has all the property, the man walks into legal aid, help me out. Eventually, he succeeds and he gets his chunk of the property. Is he supposed to pay some money at that point? Because now he's come into means.
I think the law didn't actually look at that. So it is only on insurance that you have to pay 10% to the office.
Insurance claims.
Yes, claims, yes. When we help you with your claims, then you have to pay 10% to the office.
This is an interesting angle to it. I want to explore this further.
Okay.
But we'll have to go for a quick commercial break at this point. When we come back, let's talk more about that change of situation at the end of the case, or midstream, during the pendency of the case. This is Law Express. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
My mother passed on to me an age-old moisturizing secret handed down from generation to generation. Shea butter has been and still remains the ultimate and trusted natural product for the skin. It is safe for all, including newborns. I use Violon Shea butter products for my hair and skin, and for all my children right from birth. Violon Shea butter is an amazing diaper cream. I love my family. That is why I trust only Violon Shea butter products for our skincare needs.
Violon Shea Butter. Feed your skin right.
The assumption is that we are dealing with poor people, members of the public who are very poor. So if we conclude your case at the end of it, and maybe we have judgment for you, and we do entry of judgment, we execute, that's it. Unless it's an insurance claim, like she said, where you are required to pay 10% to the commission. But otherwise, any other claim, we are done with you, and that's it.
So you just take all the money and you walk?
Yeah.
So unless the person is touched and decides to come back to gift or donate to the commission, that is it?
Yeah, and they are never touched. That's the truth. They are never touched.
They can't all be like that.
Yeah,
I want to believe some people come back.
No, to the lawyers, they will give you something. Okay, lawyer, this is something, but not to the commission. Yeah. Not to the
Regardless
commission.
of how big or the
Not to the commission.
regardless of how much they make.
Yeah, not
At
to
the end of the day.
Not to the commission. Sometimes they'll just give the lawyer something just to thank you for your help, your time and your help, but not to the commission.
And I want to believe up north you'll be getting the ram and the fowls
Oh, yeah,
here and there. Not a bad situation for a lawyer.
Even here we get stuff like that. I still have a goat with a client I'm here to pick up. Somebody told me, I think it was around the Christmas time, she said she has a goat for me. They come in with a lot of things.
But isn't that a bit problematic? Because sometimes, like, how do you now draw the line between these gifts and inducements to probably, yes, we know that you're supposed to do this, with or without the gifts, you do this for them.
Yeah.
But I want to believe that somebody might go the extra length to find these things because she thinks that is the only way she can motivate you probably to do more.
Yeah. Well, that is human nature. I see it as their way of, motivating you, like you said, yes. Because if it was in private practice, you charge legal fees, and then you are taking money from the client. But it's not the case here. So sometimes they just feel like they want to do something to show their lawyer that they are also grateful. Yes, so it's their way. They come in with all kinds of things. So it's just a small way of telling you thank you for all they are doing.
So this is what you have been doing. I'm a private practitioner. I can relate to most of the experiences you would have at Legal Aid. So assuming you have this client who you are helping, obviously, but every day is on your phone at midnight, at odd hours.
As for that, sometimes you ask yourself, do you live your whole life for legal aid clients? We don't have a life. A client can call you as late as 11 p.m. And I remember I was handling this case. It was a matrimonial case. And by then, they've not separated, actually.
They were living together?
Yes, they were living together. You know, in our laws, separation actually is not part of it. And then sometimes they will be living in the same house and then they are still in court. They will call as late as 12 a.m. They are fighting. And you hear throwing of tantrums and other things.
Wow.
So, yes. They call you in court. They don't understand why they are calling at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and you are not picking. The moment you pick their call, Madam, my friend was adding. Yes, that is what happened.
More like some kind of entitlement to your life.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And then some go to the extent of telling you that you've been paid with my tax.
Wow.
So, yes, you've been paid with my tax, so you have to do whatever I tell you to do.
Yeah, so that is one side of it. You know, I came to Legal Aid from private practice too.
Okay.
I had been in private practice for a while before I joined Legal Aid. And while I was in private practice, I used to do pro bono cases. You know, and then even there, I noticed that it is the clients who don't pay who give you
the most stress.
The most stress. So when I joined Legal Aid, as soon as they started assigning cases to me and the calls started coming in, I had to find a way to control that. So I got a separate phone for the Legal Aid client. So when I leave the office, I'm done. I don't touch the phone.
What about emergencies?
Well, if you call me at 1 a.m., what can I do for you? I do a lot of criminal cases. And sometimes I have the accused persons calling me from the cells or wherever they are being kept.
How do they get these phones?
I wonder. You know, they even call me from the prisons and then the police cells and all of that. You know, and I'm thinking, what really can I do for you if you call me, your lawyer, at 1 a.m.? Or if you're a new accused person who has just been arrested, you call me at 1 a.m., what can I do? Because I've seen missed calls on my phone at 1 a.m. and I'm wondering, what can I do? So that's one side of it. And like all of us, we are overwhelmed with cases at the commission. I am overwhelmed. I have so many, I can't count my cases.
So is this an appeal to private practitioners to throw in some hours?
Oh yes, they should. I think some of them are doing well. We already assign cases to private practitioners, we do. But it's still, the pressure is there. We are all overwhelmed at the commission. So imagine all my clients trying to reach me. Sometimes by the time I pick the phone, it's off. They have been calling, and the phone is
Okay,
on.
so if this helps, okay, private practitioners also have similar challenges with
Yeah.
a lot of calls and all. The only difference is that at least we have the fees to console us, but you don't have that.
We
right?
don't have that. We have to wait to be paid at the end of the month.
Sorry, but we promise to help, so we'll put in some hours for you.
We are praying so.
It's okay. I mean, it's not bad. I think for all of us, lawyers and even our staff at the commission, we all have very strong conscience, because you must have to be able to deal with
a
legal
calling,
aid.
huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Yes, as
you
somebody
must
will say,
have to be
it's a
able
calling,
to do
yes.
legal aid job. It's not that easy. It is not. For both civil and criminal cases,
Yeah.
it's not at all. Sometimes you can break down. So, but it's not bad. It's okay.
You said it's not bad a lot of
Yeah,
times now, which
well,
means that what's she really hiding?
nothing.
Probably it is not bad. We sampled the opinions of people on the streets on this topic. Let's take a listen and give our feedback on that.
If I have a case and I don't have money, I'll just go to the legal aid. If it doesn't work, I'll leave everything to God.
So when you talk about legal aid, it's an NGO that basically aids in helping people that have no money for their law cases. What do? They help you, and at the end of the day, they get something called pro bono. They also benefit from helping you. How? Especially when they win the case. People definitely will come to them, and you also will recommend them to other people.
I know that the legal aid is, it's all about the government providing you with a lawyer, somebody to take your case for you when you have a case or a matter. But then, from what I have learned, I know that the legal aid sometimes does not benefit the client because you are not paying for it. Therefore, they can decide to do whatever they do for you, and they do not take your case so seriously, depending on who is handling your case. But usually, they don't take your case so seriously as it would be if you were paying the person to take over your case for you.
So when I don't have money to hire a lawyer for my case, I think there's a legal aid, and so I would rather go to them for help. And then the legal aid is an organization which is organized for people who do not have money to file their cases in courts. That's all I know about legal aid.
If I have an issue and I don't have money, I think the best thing to do is to apply for legal aid. And I think it's a group of lawyers, or it's a constitutionally mandated set of lawyers that help you when you don't have money. So if you don't have money to take your own lawyer, the legal aid will help you.
Well, listening to what people are saying about legal aid, and then we heard somebody said legal aid is an NGO. Yes, most people don't even know that legal aid is a public institution. So we are saying that yes, it's a public institution, it's not an NGO, and it's open to everybody. And I'm glad that a lot of them also said that if you have a legal issue or anything regarding the law, you can go to legal aid for assistance. Yeah. I'm so glad that we got people saying that. Yes, they should come to us. Our arms are so open. Lawyers are there to attend to them.
Yeah, what's there to lose? I mean,
actually, there's nothing to lose. You come and then you go through the means test. And even per our regulations, actually, we have something called partial legal aid. Partial legal aid, although our regulation is yet to come out, yes, so to be passed. Partial legal aid.
Why don't you hold your thoughts on partial legal aid? Okay. We'll come back to it because it's something I'm very interested in, because we need to take our time and explain that more.
Okay. Listening to all of them, I think majority of them have a fair idea of legal aid. is, which is good. I think the problem is, like one of them said, that when they come sometimes, because they are not paying, we will do whatever we want.
I expected you to take that out because
Yes.
these are lawyers from legal aid and they are not having it.
Yes. No, we are not having it because I think all of us at the commission attach seriousness to what we do, to our work, you know. So you, don't think that when you come to us, because you're not paying, we will just, you know, do what we want with your case and it won't go anywhere. No, it's the same thing. We'll all go and battle it out in court. With lawyers in private practice, we'll battle it out on the same scale. We'll do that, and then whatever you are entitled at the end of it, you will get it. So please, we are doing serious business at the commission. We are not joking at all. And like I said earlier, we all have strong conscience. So we are not saying that because you're not paying, you know, we just will be lackadaisical with your case. No, we will attach the same seriousness as it is done in private practice.
I think that that comment came more from a psychological perspective because people are under the impression that where you're not paying for something, then you can assert your rights over like the proceedings. They also think that, look, it's like I'm begging you to help me so I don't have a say in the matter. I think it's more about that. It's just the impression in the subconscious that because I am not paying the piper, I can't call the tune. And then they decide what to do with me, when to come. So where you are even genuinely telling them that, look, the court is adjourning because of 1, 2, 3, they would assume that, look, it's because you just don't want to give them attention or your time. But this is something we really need to explore further because we need to debunk those opinions and we need to assure the viewers that, look, this is the purpose of this commission and they can't possibly be doing anything aside that. It's time for yet another break.
Right.
When we come back, we're going to address Linda's newly introduced partial legal aid, which we want to really understand. And then we explain further why legal aid is genuinely and honestly going to pursue your matter like a private legal practitioner would. This is still Law Express. My name is Noella Seidu. Stay tuned.
My mother passed on to me an age-old moisturizing secret handed down from generation to generation. Shea butter has been and still remains the ultimate and trusted natural product for the skin. It is safe for all, including newborns. I use Violon Shea butter products for my hair and skin and for all my children right from birth. Violon Shea butter is an amazing diaper cream. I love my family. That is why I trust only Violon Shea butter products for our skincare needs.
Violon Shea Butter. Feed your skin right.
So, talking about partial legal aid.
Yes.
Okay, so here I come as a client. By the time I came to legal aid, I own properties, but I don't benefit financially from those properties.
Okay.
Okay, so I come and then maybe I've been served with an application and I need to respond to the application. So legal aid can say that, all right, you own properties, you don't qualify, but we want to help you at this instance. So what we do is we prepare your documents for you. You go and file it in court yourself.
Okay.
So we have saved you somehow.
Yeah. So the only difference is that whereas with a purely legal aid full-time sign-on, you know, you don't pay for filing fees and all of that. Here, the person pays his filing fees.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So you pay for your filing fees, and then when, let's say it's an estate case, and then we win the case, you pay some percentage to
legal aid.
Legal aid.
Interesting.
Yes.
So how about somebody whose account perhaps is frozen? So you have money, but you just can't have it. Is that the kind of person?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly what I'm trying to explain. So we will take you to court, we will do all the application for you. So when
you are successful.
Yes, you're successful.
And if you're not?
If you're not, actually, the state has helped you. We'll take it, that's the contribution.
So that's where the legal aid comes in.
Exactly.
So it's more like a discounted service where you are successful, but where you fail, because it's always a 50-50,
sure.
There it's legal aid 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the other side of the partial legal aid is where both parties come to the commission. You know, we have instances where both parties will come, or maybe one will initially come. And for example, if it's a matrimonial matter, if it's a divorce matter, we file the petition, and then I issue the petition and file, for instance, and then it's served on the respondent, and then he quickly runs to the commission. He also needs legal aid. You know, so even though we operate as a law chamber, we will prepare processes for the other party late in time. You understand? But you won't get representation.
Okay, so you are, because you are already working for the other side,
yes,
you would still prepare
documents?
We'll just prepare,
yes.
I won't conflicting if you ask me.
I won't prepare. She can prepare, or we have administrative staff.
So a different person has to. So you have to operate like a Chinese wall, where the person doesn't know what is happening on the other side. Is that how?
Well, you will never know, because if I issue the petition and then it's an administrative staff, or she is doing. If it's an administrative staff, we'll prepare it for a lawyer to edit it, not me. It won't certainly come back to me, so I won't know what's going on. You know, but you see, that's the challenge.
But you would know what cases are within the space.
No, it won't. They don't. You know, but that is a challenge. And again, because it's a public office, you cannot just dismiss the person if the person is qualified for legal aid. I've had a problem in court with one of the judges, because the other side came and said, oh, he's been to the commission. The judge was directing him to go get a lawyer. And he said, I've been to the commission, and then they said, my wife is already there, so I can't get... she asked me, in that case, what happened? And I said, oh, my lady, we are preparing his processes for him. I think all the processes has a stamp.
So
the
whole
to add to
challenge
even
is
what
coming
Rita
later
is saying,
in time.
Yeah.
To add to what Rita is saying, most of the time, we assign the other party to external solicitors, so to the external lawyer, so that it will not be like coming from the same office as the law is.
So this is why you need private partnership, so that where there's this kind of potentially conflicting situation, you can let them handle it privately for the other side.
You know, before we became a commission, actually, and even is still running, what the scheme or the board was doing was that government subsidized private lawyers who take up legal aid cases.
Yeah.
So we have chambers that we work with. We assign cases to them, and after everything, government will pay 20% off
the legal fee
to
the firm.
What is on the scale?
Yes,
on the scale of fees, 20%.
Yes, 20% of the bar scale of fees.
That's fair.
I think that is still.
But do they still get to file processes free?
Yes.
So the lawyer will prepare it in his or her chambers, give it to the applicant or the client to bring it to the commission for stamping. Okay. So that's when you go to file, you don't pay.
Then it goes free.
Yes.
We have some questions coming on from our social media handles. Let's check them out.
I want to please ask, do you mediate on all manner of cases? Kobe from Kaswa. I want to ask, do you give legal aid or legal representation to foreigners or non-Ghanaians? Fafa from Ho.
Yes, so we mediate on all cases. Once you are qualified, we determine that you are qualified for the for legal aid, whatever your case is. It can and we think it can be settled at mediation. We refer to mediation, unless it is a criminal matter. You know, we don't do mediation in criminal matters. If you're already in court and you have been charged and you're already in court, you come to the commission, you're only looking for legal representation. So we will not even attempt mediation. But this, in all the civil cases, if you come and we think this is a matter, be it matrimonial, labor, we can call your employer to try and sit and then talk. If it's a divorce, custody, maintenance, if it's commercial, whatever it is. Once we look at the facts and then we think that this is a matter that can be settled at mediation, we will attempt to do mediation. If it fails, then it comes back, or it will go back to the lawyers to take the necessary action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so coming to whether or not we give legal aid to foreigners. Yes, we do. Per the Act, we are supposed to do that, and we do it, especially even for refugees, actually. So any foreigner who has come against the law, we represent them. Yes.
Okay. So where the person has been arrested and he says, look, I don't have money.
Yeah, so yes, we do represent them.
Even in civil, it's not only in criminal, even in civil cases, I think I have about 3 or 4 foreigners. I even have a white woman that I was representing in a divorce case. Yes. She didn't have money, she couldn't afford. The matter came to the commission and it was assigned to me. So
poverty is not a national problem
at all.
It's a global situation.
Yes.
I got arrested by the police and was detained. When they asked for my statements, I told them I wanted them to get me a lawyer before I wrote my statement. The police got furious as if it's unheard of. I want to know if I am detained at the police station, can I access the services of legal aid while in custody? If yes, how do I access the service because I don't have the luxury to walk to their offices because I am behind bars? Jones from Oyarifa.
So the difficulty in practice, I mean, in my practice at the commission, I've realized that the difficulty with that kind of situation where the person is arrested and is behind bars is how to get to us.
Yeah.
Obviously, the police will not assist you. They won't. So it's for you to get any family member. If you have any family member close by, you get them to come to us. They will fill the form on your behalf. And because it's a criminal matter, we may not even blink an eye at all. We will come running. But it's always the issue of how to get to us once you are in behind bars. I've been in court where the judge will order in writing, directing the director of the commission to provide, because he or she doesn't want to try the case alone. But that is only after you have been sent to court.
Yeah.
Once you have been sent to court and the judge feels that you need representation depending on your charge, he or she can write to to the director to provide legal representation.
We know per Chapter 5, which is fair trial in our Constitution, you are entitled to a lawyer when you are in conflict with the law. Yes, you tell the police officer that unless a lawyer comes in, I'm not going to write my statement. That is the person's right. But it's so unfortunate and that legal aid is not that to the footsteps of those people, okay? So, but if, as Rita said, if you have a relative, you can come in and then fill the form on behalf of the person who is in custody, and then we will attend to you. So it's not like when you are in custody, you can't access legal aid. That is not it. Although, but in other jurisdictions, what happens is legal aid have reps in the police stations. Okay, so it becomes so easy for them. But we will get there one day.
Yeah,
definitely.
My response to this is that, first of all, it is wrong for a police officer to say you rot in jail because you are insisting on your right to counsel, because that is a constitutional right. And actually what the accused person said is actually what every accused person should say and insist on, because you need to be advised as to how to proceed. But once again, here's a case where you are stuck in this jail or cells, and you are limited So the best thing is probably to reach out to a family member or friend or anybody who would listen to be able to assist you to get the right help. So it's been a great conversation with you, lively women discussion with a women panel today. Thank you so much, Linda Mpoma Abua and Rita Kunkuti Ali, both legal aid officers. Yes, they are lawyers as well. My name is Noella. We today established that the lack of means should not get in the way of justice. So where you do not have money, yes, justice is not for sale, so the law makes it available to you regardless. This has been our show. You've been watching Law Express. Thank you and see you again same time next week. Goodbye.